Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.
Hey, cuties. I'm on my way.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat.
Ooh, chow.
Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.
Good afternoon, cuties. Hey, trending. Great live earlier today, trending. I saw trendings. I went back and I caught part of Queen Sheba's great discussions today. Okay, I understand trending. I be in the bushes as well on yours. I try to drop down. Then I miss people that say hello. But I get it when you working and listening, child, and sneaking and all of the above. But thank you guys so much for joining me. If you did not hit the like button, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. We're going to be discussing some things. Hot topics, love in Miraconsville stuff. And what else did I have here? It's a whole lot, really. Too much for an hour, so I'm not going to name everything in case I save some things. But let me say hello. Let me scroll up. Hey, Gloria. How are you? Cutie crew, thank you guys for telling me. Well, you guys didn't tell me, but I'm telling myself to sit my arse down, okay? I have been drained, lack of energy. I need to start taking my vitamins. I just really have been doing too much, like seriously too much. And it seems like no matter what, I just don't feel 100% incorporated exercising back in there as well. So the change of weather, I think it's all of the above. But thank you to the cutie crew that responded on the post. I promise you guys, we will have members only Friday. Now I just need to come up with a time. And don't forget, we have the remaining 4 trivia questions. And I won't make it so hard this time, but 71 people currently watching. Thank you guys so much. Drop down. Let's chit chat. Hey, Squarpies. I hope you're well. Hey, Miss Lady. Hey, Tynisha. Good afternoon. Let's be clear. Yes. Okay, let's be clear. Thank you for the text message as well. Hello, and get you some rest. Rest up. All right. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Deshonda. What it do, sis? How are you? We got my sis Pink Table Topics in the house. Good afternoon. Pink Table Topics is also my cutie mod. Just my sister child, period. Okay. Hey, Gwendolyn. All right. Hey, Tia P. Hello, Liddell. Let me get this phone together as well. Where am I? Here we go. Let me turn this down. All right. I got you, Liddell. Hey, Fifi. How are you? Hey, Cricket. Hey, Simone. Hello, Elizabeth James. Good afternoon. Hey, True Wisdom TV. True Wisdom, have you dropped the video yet? Because if so, I don't know. I don't think I got a notification. I think I got my notification set. Hey Rue, how are you? Who said that? Hey, who said that? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, SM, the Mrs. Hello, hello. All right, we got Sherry Morris. Hello from beautiful and warm Augusta, Georgia, where today's temperature is 81 degrees. Great weather. It's warmer there than it is here. Currently it's 74, which all of a sudden over the past couple years is chilly for me. And I'm from the Chi, so 74 in the Chi is a beautiful Chi-town day. But yeah, they say your blood thins when you move, and 74 is a little cold. But 81, that's wonderful. Thanks for joining me, Sherry Morris. All right, let me go ahead. Hey, yes, it's Tay. Good afternoon to you as well, beautiful. Hey, Sylvia P. All right, I'm good, sis. Heading to work. Excited. I got 6 weeks left before I'm done with my Invisalign. Okay, that was the pink table topics, but that's great news. Great news, Deshonda. How long did you have to have them in? I know it wasn't like coleslaw chat with her braces. 5 years. Ooh, child. Uh, okay. Sarian, that's cute. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Leah's grandma. How are you? Hello, Kim Jones. Thanks for joining me. You guys make sure that when you do come in that you are hitting the like button for me. This is a quick power hour. I've been saying hello for about 7 minutes, so we definitely gonna get started. I hate not being able to say hello to everyone. Hey, Coco Eyes. Hey, Cinti. Let's see. I hope I didn't miss anybody above. Good afternoon, Shirley Ann. 5 p.m. What's that for, True Wisdom? That's when you're gonna drop your video? If so, okay. Let's see. Oh, 80 degrees in Fort Lauderdale. All right, April. This is my favorite time of the year. Anytime April rolls around, I'm ready to move from Arizona every year. Once that temperature starts to rise, I swear I'm moving every year. But yeah, great weather. Okay. Okay. Cool. I promise. I got some good sleep last night. I actually fell asleep on Trending's video, but I did finish that one that I was watching last night this morning. I went to bed very early, and I think I'm gonna do the same today. Hey, Brittany Janae. Good afternoon. Yeah. Holiday blues too, child. I go through this every November. But last November, you guys made it a little better for me. That's when, I had about 6 months in as far as starting my channel. So I know it'll be the same this year as well. It's a double whammy for me. Parents are gone, and my mom's anniversary of her passing is very close to Thanksgiving. So that could be it as well. I always get into a little funk, but I'm going to be out of it. I can promise you that. One thing that I haven't done is retail therapy. So that's a good thing. I've been trying to, you know, I got too much. And I'm not a hoarder, so my house is very nicely decorated, but I just got too much. I coupon, so you can imagine how my laundry room look. So I'm slowing my tail down and saving big money. Oh, 79 degrees. True wisdom. What is the weather? Let's say in a couple more weeks. I think I responded to you earlier. As far, I may be dipping out the country, trying to go ahead and get that out the way before they lock this country down. Okay, sis, you get it as well. Yes, ma'am. Yes. And I thank you guys. I really do. It's hard, but with each other, we'll be okay. For the cutie crew, we have to make sure we talk about the book club. I'm going to go ahead and say I think I only read chapter one because I started right before my family got still dating ourselves or going out on a date each month by ourselves, whether that's just a dinner, mani petty, whatever the case may be. We got to check in on that. That's something that fell off our little discussion and members only. We also really need to do a sister check in. I did get word that Succeeding is doing well. She got a lot going on, but she's fine. Family, work, all of the above. But I think we need to do a sister check in. We'll discuss in members only. Also, a prayer list for our members only group. It's a lot of people that's going through some things. And maybe that's something we'll incorporate. But thank you to the cutie crew. Love each and every one of you. Thank you to the QTs, period, for you guys subscribing to my channel. But let's go ahead and get into some things. Where do I want to start? I'm going to leave Marsau to the end. This is an open panel, so feel free to click the link. And if you want to come up and discuss while I'm discussing hot topics, we'll do that. This is a 1 hour live only, and we got 50 minutes left. So, but if you want to come up and co-host like you guys like to do oh so well, that would be great. Hey, Tyler and Tymon, G Mom. Hey, Rose. How are you? Hey, Neva. Neva, I think I said hello. I'm not sure. Sean, all of you that joined me. Gigi, your dad passed 1126. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'll just put it out there. My mom's was 1127. So I am right there with you. It's tough, okay? It's tough. I go through a tough stretch actually from October to the end of February normally. But I'm gonna get out of that as well. And we'll discuss in members only. But it's the last week of October due to the passing of one of my nieces. Naturally, it's the holidays, November, December, and then, yeah, we'll discuss. But praying for you, Gigi. We got each other, just like my sis Pink Diva said. Hey, PN2. All right, guys, we got 140 people watching. Thank you again for joining me for this midday power hour. I want to start with Married to Medicine. Um, Now, hopefully, you guys are watching all of these other shows. Married to Medicine was good, was good. But what I wanted to discuss was a sneak peek. Let me cancel this. That they showed of Quad and Phaedra. And I just had to ask myself, will Quad and Phaedra be the new Lord have mercy, what freaking frack? So you guys know it used to be Phaedra and Portia, freaking frack. But I think it may be Quad and Phaedra now on Married to Medicine. I like the dynamic, I really do, of them, especially from the sneak peek. And naturally, they are discussing the friendship. So I'm going to share something from Reality Chat on Instagram. I may have to play a little stop, and so forth. Because Bravo most likely be tripping, but this is we are researching this and reacting to it, and it is covered under the copyright disclaimer under Section 107, and it is allowed for fair use. So let me go ahead and take this, but before I get to that, child, I see some money. Thank you, baby girl. Praying for healing and understanding, sending a hug your way. Thank you so very much. It's been as far as my mom, a couple more years will be 20 years. It don't seem like it. I promise it seems like yesterday. But I appreciate that. Thank you so very much for the super chat. And you right. I do need to just, I don't know if it's a such thing when it's your mama or your daddy, just for me. But yeah, we do need to heal or just move the way we know they will want us to move. So thank you.
Plenty dollars. Plenty dollars. Can we get
Thank you again, baby girl. I appreciate you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and share this. This is a sneak peek of this coming Sunday's episode of Married to Medicine. I'm not going to play it all, but I just want you guys to see the dynamic of Quad and Phaedra. I'm loving Phaedra on, where is it? This one, on Married to Medicine. Phaedra just fits in like a glove. Phaedra for me is a reality TV OG, period. And I am going to say this real quickly. Yes, Deshonda, absolutely they did on Watch What Happens Live. Although I understand why Phaedra was removed from Real Housewives of Atlanta, that rumor wasn't nice. Wasn't nice. But I do believe in second chances when people, apologize, and Phaedra did that. She did it. So I'm not gonna hold that against her. And she's a little more interesting to me than Candy. Yes, sis, love me some Phaedra, baby. Now I don't know if you guys saw Dr. Heavenly as well as Carlos King. They will be doing recaps or reviews on Married to Medicine episodes. They have one this past Monday. I think they said their day is going to be Mondays. It was good. But according to Dr. Heavenly, Phaedra is going to read somebody down on Married to Medicine. And we know that Phaedra is good for that. So I've just been trying to think who, who out of that group is Phaedra going to read down? I guess I need to try to get some clues and search their Instagram pages and see if there's one person that's not sharing anything. I'm going to do that. Only people I can think of possibly is Toya, because Toya and Quad are into it, and maybe Sweet Tea. We'll see. But anyway, speaking of Toya, in this clip, Quad is trying to play victim, child. And no, ma'am, Quad. No, ma'am. Now, I like the dynamic, like I said, between Quad and Phaedra. But Quad, for me, been getting a side eye since Mariah left. I think she played a major part in that. Major. No, sis. Heavenly said it wasn't her because she said that she was looking on like OMG. So Heavenly said it wasn't her. I guess they're gonna have some, interactions with each other in that way. But as far as who she read down, it was not Heavenly, according to Heavenly. So I can't wait. But anyway, as I was saying, Quad played a major part. She played the victim in getting Mariah removed from Married to Medicine. And I think the other ladies jumped on her bandwagon, probably similar to what we see when it comes to Melody Cherie. They know that Mariah played a part in getting the show on air, and she was an executive producer and all of that. And with that could come jealousy and things like that. But as you guys can see right here, before I even play a little clip, this person put his Quad playing victim for me. You bullied Mariah. Said Toya was cheating on Eugene. Said Toya sent people to break into Anila's house. But you can't even take half of what you dish. Ooh, child. Let me go ahead and click that right there. But let's take a quick look, guys. I don't want to spend too much on this. And like I said, I'm just going to share just a tad bit because of Bravo. But let's see.
Yeah. Rick got engaged and we talked about that. How did they meet anyway?
All right, so I'm going to pause right there. Quad asked Phaedra how Dr. G and his wife met Sweet Tea. Phaedra let Quad know that, she slid in his DMs. Thirsty is what they calling her. Thirsty. But let's go here.
Thing out. So your case is over.
It's over. It's a wrap.
For Toya to kind of pump this out within the group, it's classic Toya. Toya has a personal vendetta when it comes to me.
All right. That's enough of that. You guys go to reality chat on Instagram to see the full, but it was the audacity for me because Quad tried to act like Toya is just pumping this information out. And like this person put, Quad is the one that said that Toya was cheating on Dr. Eugene. Quad is the one that really put the battery in Anila's back as well as Anila's friend last season. Quad also was the one that said that she felt like Toya had something to do with Anila's house getting broken into. So I'm just hoping that they call Quad on her BS when it comes to her trying to play the victim. Enough already. Either stand in your shit or, go ahead on somewhere. One other quick thing, and then I'm going to read some of you all's comments about Quad. Do you guys think that, because according to Dr. Heavenly is the reason why Quad got a couple extra dollars in her pocket this season? Because according to Dr. Heavenly, and this is allegedly, Quad was on her way out the door. She was on her way out the door. So it was Dr. Heavenly's idea to get Sweet Tea and Greg on the show. And Dr. Heavenly said because of that, Quad should thank her. Because naturally, they wanted Quad back because Dr. G and his new wife is going to be on there. Hey, D. Okay, D, you put Toya owes Quad for those cheating rumors, and Toya, hold on, D. Toya owes Quad. Oh, okay. You mean as far as a get back, I'm assuming. Absolutely. Yes, Sylvia. She played that victim so hard with Mariah that it really got on my nerves because I loved Mariah and Quad together. But again, I think that there was some intimidation there. And we know that if it wasn't for Mariah, the people wouldn't even know who Quad, not Quad the Fraud Wisdom. The people wouldn't even know who Quad is. But Quad was upset as well. I'll skip this part because Toya told the group that Quad had a DUI. And it's like, yeah, Toya didn't have to be quiet about that as much as you said about her. Let me read a couple more. At Simply GE Inc. Hey, Deshonda, you put Quad and Toya been going tit for tat for years. They both do stuff to each other and need to stop acting like they're innocent. Neither one of them are innocent. So stop. I agree. But I'm just really trying to see, Deshonda, and maybe you can point it out because, I may be a little rusty. What did Toya do to start with Quad? In previous seasons. Like, did she just jump out there or was it in response to something that Quad was saying? Hey, Ring Bass. Dr. Heavenly loves a lot of mess, baby girl, not a little. But I must admit, Dr. Heavenly is keeping this show going. She messy as hell. You hear me? Now, they're trying to say that, because remember, we discussed a couple weeks ago how Dr. Heavenly, Simone, Sweet Tea, I think that was it, when they were walking together, when they went on live and all of that. So people were giving Dr. Heavenly the side eye, like, aren't you friends with Quad? Well, allegedly, Dr. Heavenly did that to get the scoop, to get the tea. So that's what she's saying now, at least. And she's saying that Quad is her sister. Okay, thank you, Deshonda and sis. I'll read yours next. Quad and Mariah said that Toya had a DUI with her kid in the car, and they lied. So Toya Quad that. Okay. And then sis, you said Toya was making fun of Quad's townhome. I remember that she was living in prior to purchasing her new home. She was making slick comments when Quad invited them over. I remember that. And I really did Quad's townhome. And I can't pocket watch anybody. And I do know that Quad, I believe, still may have her nephew living with her as well as her mom. But I thought that was a perfect size place for Quad. She's single. But her new home is fabulous. It really is. But let's get on off of this. What else did I have on my quick hit list, guys? Um, well, let's jump into this real quickly. What did you guys feel about the news that Belinda is engaged? Belinda Sanders engaged. Hey, Megan. Sorry, and you put Quad is jealous of Toya and hard on to destroy Toya. She has done nothing to Quad, only responds to Quad's attacks. That's what I thought too. And judging off of what Sis Pink Table Topic is saying and Deshonda, if it goes all the way back to Mariah, even though what you're saying, Sis, the townhome, that wasn't too far back, but they had somewhat made up for that. So either you're going to let bygones be bygones or what, leave it alone. But Quad was out of pocket last season. I will say that. Quad was out of pocket last season for even insinuating that Toya had the need to break in Anila's home. And the way Quad said it, it was like she knew for a fact. All right, Sylvia P., on your comment, we're going to go ahead and go to Belinda. Now, Sylvia, I said the same thing in my video. She most definitely seems thirsty. Hey, Prosperity. She definitely seems thirsty to me as well. And make no mistake about it, as I said, Belinda is a beautiful woman. She's attractive. She has a beautiful home and all of that. But every time I see her, it screams thirsty to me. I don't know. I don't see Tawana. Tawana may be busy. I don't know if that's how the scene is in Atlanta, just period. If anybody else from Atlanta is in the chat, let me know. But she always leads to me with her body, even in her engagement video. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. And I'll also play, hold on, guys. I will also play, let me get out of this and go here. No, here. Did I already start sharing my screen? No. Okay. I'm going to also play, it looks like the new fiance got her a car as well. But let me bring this up. I'm going to take a chance with the language, child. Sis, you're absolutely right. Did she not run, baby, when the millimeters got on her arse? Got on her arse. And yeah, I was wanting to get on her arse as well because that was disgusting to me. Number one, it was done on Mother's Day. That's calculated. Number two, you are dating Mr. Martell Holt at the time or whatever, F buddies or whatever it was they had going on. It wasn't a typical friendship, not the way she ran through that relaunching at Madani. It was a little more going on. She gave thirsty though when her and Martell first met. But let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and share the engagement video. For those of you that did not go to her page and watch it, again, this is covered under fair use. But I want you guys to tell me, and thank you guys for watching the video yesterday. Oh, real quick, this how drained I was. I put in my video where she posted 7/24/24, and then I said she got engaged in July. That's how drained I was when I made that video. But 7/24/24 is the day that her and this guy is gonna get married. Why aren't you showing on my screen? Okay, let me share it. And let me know, guys, if you felt like this was sort of inappropriate. And look, it's their business. But just the way that he said it, and honestly, the way that, like I said, I saw more of her butt than love. So you're trying to show off your body or the fact that you are engaged. Somebody asked if she had on a ring, an engagement ring. I didn't see it, but let's take a look. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on what the fiance, how he said it. OMG. But let's go, guys.
Can't believe it's only been one day and
Niggas. Listen. Okay. I know that she didn't say that she's engaged, but yeah, you guessed it. She is.
Okay. Oh, that's about all I could say. Did you guys hear that? He said, niggas. I know she didn't tell you that she was engaged, but yeah, she's engaged. The shaking of the earth in the engagement video. Thank you, prosperity. A straight up thirst trap. Straight up. Do you think? I don't know. Prosperity. It's not up to me. Uh, I don't know, child. I hate to say this. He does have some pretty eyes, but come on now. Come correct when you're doing an engagement video. For me, especially when you have a following, such as Belinda. But if this her thing, child. That's all I gotta say. Prosperity, I don't know as far as predicting, but we'll be watching. We'll be watching. So yeah, that was it. And again, all I saw was booty shaking and her nigga, she engaged. So, it's like, okay, congrats. I would think that as many events and all of that Belinda attends, I would think that she would have done something a little higher class than that. Okay. But maybe Mr. Man got money, child, because today she posted where I'm assuming he bought her a car. So let me go ahead. Am I still sharing? I am. Let me go ahead and play that. If it's the money, child, But take a look.
okay, here it comes, here it comes. I went on and got you that Chevette that you wanted, even though you didn't want the Ford. But hopefully you're happy with it. Yes, the original.
All right. So Mr. Man bought her a Corvette. Well, let me read the title, child. She just prepare to be sick of me. I remember earlier this year, my bestie and I decided to go shopping for matching Corvettes. Needless to say, we left without them, but it's still one of the things I wanted and have now manifested thanks to my man. Thanks, babe. Hey, do you all have my book on the power of prayer and child manifestation? No, we don't. I don't. So, congratulations to Belinda Sanders. You guys know we talk about Belinda because of her tie to Martell. Belinda's paid money for that body. She does look noticeably different. I'm suffering from the thick tongue today. I thought so too. True wisdom. I thought so too. But whatever floats their boat, whatever floats their boat. But I cringed, and it's not hate. I promise you, it's not hate. But as I mentioned, they are seen all throughout Atlanta at events here, events there. Her and her girls dress up in matching clothes and this or that. I would have just thought that from Belinda, we would have seen something different. Prosperity, you put, I watched your video. I couldn't watch more than you showed. It was cringe to have him have to let people know she is a fiance now. Yeah, it was very cringe. Very, very cringe. But, she is the dear future husband lady. She's been manifesting this for quite some time. And it seems quick to me, but I don't know their business. But what I do know, I'll go ahead and say allegedly, just to put it in here, But it was said that her and Martell really had something going on, and you're not a boss mom to a friend's daughter. So if you thought you were a bonus, excuse me, a bonus mom to Martell's kids, that means that mom, dad, you was messing around with them. So, whatever float they little boat child, it is what it is. Maybe PN2 Ross, maybe. I don't know, Prosperity. We don't know if he paid her back. We do know that with the documents that were put out here that, she paid what? Was it 20K? Something like that. So I don't know for sure. I don't. Let's go ahead. I'm going to skip a couple more topics. We'll talk about those later. But, child, enough is enough. Enough is enough when it comes to Marsau and Kiki. And I get Kiki wanting to defend herself. So I'm not saying this against her, but it's still going on. Now, before I get into a couple of the things that Kiki shared on an Instagram page, hey, Aunt Debbie. And thank you guys so much for joining me. 225 people watching. Please click the like button for me if you have not. Before I get into what Kiki shared, I did want to read a post that I saw on Facebook. And this lady was spot on. Spot on. So I did not since it's on Facebook, I didn't show her name on the screenshot. But excellent point. I'm going to read it real quickly to you guys because we've touched on this, but not exactly like she did. And this is in regards to OWN not addressing Kiki's addiction/recovery properly. I agree with everything in this. And this is the only reason why I decided to talk about this, because I feel like if OWN addressed it properly, then we won't have a cast member on OWN making jokes about Kiki's addiction. Okay? But this person put, Kiki's story has exposed a healthcare crisis and OWN's failure to address it properly. For 20 years, the opioid crisis has evolved in the United States to the point that patients have actually died because it is so harmfully addictive. This crisis is rooted in the healthcare system's treatment of pain. Patients who have chronic pain are often put on a pain management plan that involves an opioid. There are movies and documentaries that have exposed pharmaceuticals' priority of gaining wealth over the interests and well-being of patients. These same films expose the effects of opioid addiction, which can be lethal. OWN, Love and Marriage Huntsville, has failed to properly address the opioid crisis as well as the struggle to manage pain. Many viewers of this show are or could eventually find themselves in pain management. Kiki's story is not treated as a crisis in pain management. It is rather addressed as merely a drug problem through the ignorance, cold-heartedness, and vindictiveness of Marsau and Tisha Scott. OWN has failed to educate masses on opioid addiction, and there is one cast member who has remained quiet but is knowledgeable. Kimmy Scott. One more part of this, baby, when I tell you this person laid it out. Laid it out. This is where she's addressing Kimmy. In addition to failing to add a public service announcement at the end of episodes involving Kiki, OWN's Love and Marriage Huntsville has failed to utilize the expertise of Kimmy Scott, a veteran nurse who should have squashed Marsau's belittling of Kiki, whose experience is so much like those seeking to manage physical pain. Kimmy has remained the silent nurse with 20 years of healthcare experience. What a shame. Speak up, Kimmy. Baby, when I tell you, if that was not from beginning to end of how typically, especially if it's a reality show that you want to take serious, would have handled this person, shout out to you. Her first name was Vicky. As I mentioned, I'm not going to say her name. Shout out to Vicky. I don't even know which group that I saw that in. It was a Love and Mirror Huntsville group, but baby, yes, ma'am, sis, laid it out. And is it not the truth though? And it really makes me saddened because through Kiki's story, um, especially on this platform, imagine the people that they can reach that are going through, if not the same exact thing or something similar. And it's not something to play with. This is not just Kiki choosing to do anything. Let's not forget this was for pain that she was prescribed. She was prescribed this medicine, and like millions of people, Marsau, like millions of people, she became addicted to it. And as this person put, it's deadly. It could be. So there has to be a strong, strong hatred when it comes to Kiki's family. I'm not talking about Marsau. Kiki's family, Tisha and Wanda. There has to be a very, very strong hatred for their own family member for them to not even say enough. You know, look, Marsau, you can cause this girl to relapse. And thank God that Kiki is strong and she's handling her business. But I feel like somebody should say that to him. You can cause her to relapse with taunting her like this. Or you are insulting millions of people by making a joke out of Kiki and what she's gone through. And for Vicky to put in this post as far as Kimmy being the silent nurse that knows all too well the effects and this opioid crisis. Of all people who know that, it's Kimmy. But guess what? Kimmy can't go against Marsau. Kimmy can't go against the Scots. Now, Kimmy in the earlier seasons would have spoken up, if you ask me, but not this Kimmy. This Kimmy said, "Oh, I noticed the sweats and the tremors as a nurse." As a nurse. So it's very distasteful. Let me go ahead and again, Kiki, keep doing your thing. But if I were you, I would start to pay him dust, you know, because we know that this is what Marsau wants, which is attention, and it doesn't matter who he affects. Thank you, Prosperity, for becoming a member of the Cutie Crew. It doesn't matter who this joking and everything else, who's offended by it, or who may, feel some type of way, or who may relapse. All right. So this was shared on Kiki's page. I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys the ignorance of Mr. Marsau Scott. And they told his arse up in the comments, as well as Kiki told him up. But people in the comments that have been drug counselors and all of that told him up. But this is what he put. At some point, you're going to ask yourself why a person who said they have been sober for years is still on methadone. Don't let that tidbit of information stop you from believing them. How ignorant. How ignorant. Okay. But let me read you guys Kiki's response. I did see where Kiki gave an interview with Color Me Pink. So I plan to go over there and check that out at some point. today. But she's telling her story, and she's defending herself, you know. But let me read what Kiki had to say. She dropped some gems in this. But she put, tell me you know nothing about methadone treatment without saying you know nothing about methadone treatment. It's amazing to me how this dude will sit up and straight lie, throw out misconceptions, and some people really believe him. He lied about 5 times in different statements just on this one post. I mean, straight up lied like we have amnesia or something. He flips everything to get the heat off himself and will lie to try to make other people buy his BS. But when I respond, they'll cry, see how she's starting with us? Just leave us alone. Then she called him a BAN. Okay. Uh yeah. And she put, I always respond and will always respond, and that's always been Kiki. On another note, I heard somebody say if they lie to you, they'll steal from you. If they steal from you, they'll kill you. Well, she better be sleeping with one eye open, because if sleeping with the enemy was a person. Want to talk about how y'all stole my $300 for that Beyonce concert that I had to hunt you down for, that you finally gave back 8 months later? And she put she got a receipt. So according to Kiki, Marsau or Tisha or both stole $300, took months to give it back. Um, but there was one comment that I wanted to see. This person kind of feel like I do. Let sleeping dogs lie. I want you to be more like Mel towards Martell. Payday butts, no mind. I agree with that, but I get it. Believe me, I get it. She's defending herself as the episodes go on, and that's the difference. You know, had the season been over and all of that, maybe it'd be a little different. But yeah. Now, this isn't the comment that I was talking about. Let me see. But even a couple of my cutie crew members have said, as far as the treatment when it comes to methadone. And, this is all for attention. And I'm just kind of over it. And like I said, you really, really have to have some deep rooted, deep seated hatred for your own family members. Because at some point, if I were Tisha, I would tell my husband, look, enough. Okay? Enough. Even if you want to try to act like you're riding with him. And, let him know that I'm on your side, but even though for me, she should not be on the side, but that's her husband. I get it. Even if she's, say, look, we know the truth, Marsau, but enough. I think that we should just leave this alone. No. And on this screenshot of my thumbnail, now I'm not gonna call the man what Stormy called him, but he proving more and more each day that what Stormy called him was correct. Because on this thumbnail, all you see are women, 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 and one guy. Why? Why? And it's like, I'm just hoping we see something from Amin when it comes to his wife, as far as this season. But I'm surprised, no other family members can control Marsau. None. And tell him to shut his arse up. Enough is enough. Do you want her to relapse? Do you want her to relapse? Because if we're being honest, if he's trying to say the reason that he's going tit for tat, not tit for tat, that he's starting things with Kiki, if it's because of these rumors, Kiki didn't start that. So I think you should be going at your wife. Your wife asked her to get some information, she did. So why is it still at this level when it comes to Marsau? Marsau heard the audio. Marsau also heard the audio that he and Tisha was on with the parties involved. I'm sure Marsau and Tisha have talked to the makeup artist and all of that. Why is he keeping this going with Kiki? Is it because of the water in the face? I doubt it because again, that should be Tisha. So what Stormy call them? I've been trying to not say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say sassy. Yes, Pacino. That's exactly what it is. And to give Stormy her credit, that's another thing that she said. Ooh, Mr. must have the last word. That's what it is. Even in real life, even on social media, even on Facebook. But at some point, I would think that this Negro would know that, look, she got kids. And her kids are close with my kids. For the sake of that relationship, if we want to just bypass the relationship that her and Tisha now have, for the sake of that relationship, let me stop talking about their mama. I don't see him doing it. So, this is what I believe. I believe that anything when it comes to family that may be held, family reunions where, let's say, Kiki will be there and all of that, I don't even think Tisha most likely goes. This, naturally, I don't know because I don't know them and their personal activities in that way. But I can see Marsau saying, don't go. And I can see Tisha saying, okay. Because husband or not, I'm putting my foot down. And I can still not have anything to do with Kiki. But as family, as that being my blood, because who's next? Who we gonna move on to in Tisha's family next? Who's next? Child, we don't care. Sunshine Rays. Are they in an older BMW? Martell will be sticking the coleslaw like glue. Do you hear me? Oh, Aunt Debbie. Aunt Debbie. Now you were just in here earlier under Debbie. I think you switched. So I'm gonna mod up Aunt Debbie. I mean to do this. I meant to do it after the other live. You guys know. I wish you guys could see this board with all these stickies. But who's next in the family? Since this man can do and say what he wants, who's next? So Wanda, even if you and Kiki don't speak to each other again in life, that's still your blood running through her veins. Tell him to shut his ass up and leave it alone. Leave it alone. For the sake of her kids, even if it's not for her. It's just so disrespectful. She did. Yes. Okay, so on Ethia, I believe you're talking about. Okay, I thought you was talking about in Kiki's comments because she went back and forth with a lot of people, but I'm assuming maybe you're talking about her interview with Color Me Pink. And I plan to look at that while I work this afternoon. Yeah, and I get it, Kiki. If you ever see this video, Kiki, I get it. And like I said, she's responding in real time based off the episodes. I get it. But I would pay his arse dust. Do you hear me? I would pay him dust for real. All right, let me read a couple comments. We got about 6 more minutes, but I do appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by for this power hour. There are some scenes that will be released when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know how they do what they didn't show. They actually showed an extended clip of Stormy. Stormy and Kiki. I would have to go back. It's so much that I just haven't had a chance to, pop a video and make a video on it. Excuse me. But I believe it was Stormy and Kiki an extended clip. Or was it Stormy and Tiffany? Child, I don't know. But we got that. Don't forget, for those that watch Bell Collective starts Friday. Also, Married to Medicine and Real Housewives. So I plan to try to do quick recaps, but it will be more of live videos on these shows. I'm not doing it how I do Love and Marriage Huntsville. But we'll discuss. For those, a lot of you guys tell me in the comments that you do watch the show, so we will discuss for those of us that watch it. Those aren't his kids; those are Tisha kids, so he don't care about the relationship. Oh wow, yeah. And he should. He should. Marsau is just out of control, and he's been out of control. And I hate to keep sounding like a broken record, but he's been out of control for me. I'm just speaking for myself. For me, he's been out of control since he was given a green light to not really have to discuss what's going on with he and Tisha. So yeah, you're able to be a villain. Excuse me, you're able to be a villain. You're able to be a nuisance, a nuisance. Yes, Prosperity, I saw it. I thanked you. Thank you again for joining the Cutie Crew. And Cutie Crew, well, Prosperity, our Cutie Crew members only lives are deep, but I keep promising them, and I promise we're gonna get to a little more behind the scenes of discussions about the show, even though we do that, hot topics and all of the above. But thank you, thank you. Tina, let me read your comment before we. You have a lot of side effects, which could be shaking and sweaty hands, headaches, stomach aches, throwing up, and not wanting to hear loud music or noises. Agitated. Ooh, wow. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. And this is my thing because, I'm so glad that there have been professionals that's been speaking out about this. Like I said, if you guys did not see Kiki's post on Instagram, make sure to do so. It was good to read their knowledge and experience as well when it comes to people that are on methadone. But like they have been saying, you would think that this girl was just out here straight, on the corner. This was from a pain being prescribed prescription medicine, pain meds. And I just don't like the joking about it. And I think that Marsau especially is offending Tisha too, because she says she's still on them drugs. She's still on them drugs. I think they are offending more people than they know. But again, we are getting close to being out of here. A couple minutes. I want to thank the lady Vicky again for that awesome, awesome post that she put on Facebook. I hope that Kiki has it. If not, I hope that she'll run across it. I think Kiki may be in that Facebook group. And it's a lot more support for Kiki in the Facebook groups, as I mentioned, on Instagram, definitely on YouTube. And for me, this isn't personal. So, I don't have anything personally against any of these people. I promise you I don't. But, when it comes to what Vicky said in that post, what a missed opportunity from OWN. What a missed opportunity. And it's not the network, it is the production, which would be Kingdom Reign. What a missed opportunity to not put that number up for people to call that may be experiencing what Kiki is experiencing. For Kimmy as a nurse, not only to speak up for Kiki, but to speak more into what she went through. We've been talking about that as well. So, that's the difference when it comes to Love in Marysville for me, compared to other reality shows, because I've seen other reality shows make sure to keep their people, the people that are watching, involved and show as a sign of support to them. We got you. Here's a number. Or let's say people that think about possibly unaliving themselves. Here's a number. Yes, trending, missed opportunity for real. And I don't know what's going on, but they missing the mark. You got to give a little more, especially dealing with serious, sensitive subjects. Try to say that real quick. SSS, serious, sensitive subjects. You have to educate people. And Kimmy could have had a 2-for-1. She could have did it for herself, as I mentioned, as far as the struggles of breast cancer, what that looked like, what that felt like, missed opportunity there. And then also when it comes to Kiki. If I was Kiki, I'd be through with Kimmy's arse too, straight up. Especially after she said the tremors and the sweaty hands, and Marsau made a joke about the makeup and all of that. Yeah, I'll be done. So this message is for Kiki, and I'm out of here. If they are not going to show me in a positive light, if they aren't going to show my story the way that it should be told, I would have to bow out of Love and Marriage Huntsville. If I was Kiki, I would have to bow out, because you're not going to use me to keep showing this clip of Home Depot, but they make sure to put that up with no charges have been filed. Well, if no charges have been filed, why you keep putting it up there? Why? That is to exploit Kiki. And why continue to let these people make a joke of something that is so serious, which is addiction? So continued prayers to Kiki. Keep doing your thing. I understand why you are going back to, child, I'm going to say the sassy guy. Madam Marsau, let me say that. I was going to say the BAN, but I understand why you going tit for tat or back and forth with Madam Marsau, Kiki. But child, pay him dust. Pay him dust. Tisha, disappointed in you, but that's nothing new. I've been disappointed in Tisha. And it's like, and I definitely gotta go, but do they want things to change? Do they want what they like? Let me say it that way. The public perception of them to change. And if so, Tisha, you could just start with enough. We talked about what she was doing to the hosts before the show started. Now we talking about it over and over again. Although I am done with her, Marsau, enough. Can Tisha say enough? I don't think so. I don't think so. But once again, guys, our little power hour is up. 267 people currently that are watching. Thank you guys so much. Baby girl, thank you for the super chat again. Somebody sent a cash app. I saw a notification. Thank you for the cash app. I will make sure to let you know who it was when I come live again. And Prosperity, thank you so much for joining the Cutie crew. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to my cutie mods. Trending again. Hey, 41 Fits. Hello. Thanks for joining me. We out of here, 41 Fit. Trending again. A wonderful live earlier. You know I love that Top Dog, whatever his name is, child. I love those. I actually saw something on Instagram today that happened in my hometown, Chicago, and it was something that he did a video on. So thank you again. Shout out to Queen Sheba as well. Queen Sheba had a great live earlier today that I was able to catch a little bit of. It was a great discussion, but for you guys,